Welcome, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I haven't said those words on Insight Timer in quite some time. It's been a long time since I've been able to hop on here on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So this week we're here for Jupiter in Aries. Not this whole week, just today. Today we're here to talk about Jupiter entering Aries, which I guess we could use the word jacked. We'll get into it. We'll talk about it. Very much little kid energy today. Hello, Jacqui. Greetings and happy holidays, lovely friends. Welcome, Jacqui. Hello, Bonnie. She says hello to our tribe. Feel free to say hello. Hi, Jacked Jacqui. I love it. Good morning, Jamie. Feel free to say hello. Maybe let us know where you're joining from. Let us know if it's your first time with us today. I feel like we might draw a different crowd being here on a Tuesday. Hello, Carmen. Welcome, welcome. If this is your first time with me, my name is Jacqui Mancuso. I always pause at this part. I do a lot of things. I'm a spiritual problem solver. I'm an energy intuitive. I'm a Reiki person. I'm a oracle person. I'm an astrology person. Today we're here to talk about the current planetary transits, and then we're going to pull some oracle cards and ask Jupiter how we can use his abundant energy until May. And I join you guys from northern Illinois, so the cold north. Hello, Carmen. I can't remember if I said hi to you. Christine says hi, Jacqui and Tribe. Jennifer's sneaking on a Tuesday. Yep. Hello, Jane. Bonnie, everybody warbly or just me? How's the audio for you guys? I trust that you have beautiful sound today. Sound is funny. Let me try one thing before I switch all the stuff. Marbly here. Jacqui says no, it's just you, Bonnie. I changed the sound. Let me know if that's different for anybody. Good morning, Helen. Good morning, Jacqui. Some of you guys are saying it's garbly. Good morning, Dr. Monica. Aaron says the sound is coming in and out. Richard says audio. No audio. What about that? I changed the audio again. Good morning, Jody. We changed it back. Is there anything? Let me just wait and see if there's any sound. Better? Keep talking. I won't shut up then, Jacqui. Thanks for the invitation. There it is. Just let it go. It's better? Okay, cool. We're going to go with it. We're going to go with it. So, today, I want to dive right into the astrology because I like to spend 1 hour here, and I also have a client right after this, so I got to run right at 9:15. So, let's get into Jupiter in Aries. This is a very exciting time. Jupiter is literally about to walk into Aries in 14 minutes. Oh, Jacqui, go ahead. Go ahead and ask your stop question. Is that what you meant? I have a stop question or an astro question. I'll see what you got. So Jupiter is walking into Aries in about 14 minutes at 8:33 Central Time. I looked it up right before this, and I thought it was great. If the sound is wonky, I'm just going to go with it. I'll put this on my YouTube channel afterwards, so feel free to check the replay. Maybe try going out of the session and coming back in. I'm sorry. So Jupiter was in Aries earlier this year. Jupiter walked into Aries in May, and he was there until October. Jacqui, that might be talking about the moon. Because signs don't wane. Signs are just constellations that are popped in the sky. I believe the moon might be in Scorpio right now. I think the moon goes into Sagittarius tomorrow. Yeah, that would make sense because the new moon in Capricorn is on Friday. So yeah, the moon is waning. The moon is getting smaller, going to the new moon phase in Scorpio. Good question. Moon in Scorpio would just represent intense, deep emotions. Scorpio is the intensest, the most intense water sign, and the moon represents emotions. And when the moon is waning, it's going into its darkest place. So there might be some shadow stuff coming up because of it. So, Jacqui, that's a good question. And that's where, oh gosh. I'm in the middle of, do I follow Western astrology or do I go into Vedic astrology? Because allegedly, and I'm going to be honest, as an astrologer, I just read about the woo-woo stuff because it feels energetically correct to me. I don't necessarily pay attention to where things actually are in the sky, but there have been a couple times where I was looking at my, what's it called? There's an app. I can't remember what it's called, but you can like use your phone to see where the planets are and you can identify whatever's in the sky. And there are some times that like what we're physically seeing doesn't line up with what the astrology is saying. So it's supposed to say that the moon is in Scorpio. However, Vedic astrology is slightly different. I haven't ventured into it much yet, but I believe that Vedic astrology actually follows what is actually in the sky right now. The Sky View app, that's it, Jacqui. Yeah. Beautiful. All right, so back to Jupiter in Aries. So Jupiter was in Aries from May to October earlier this year, and then he turned retrograde. So Jupiter retrograded back into Pisces for some time, and he's about to leave in 11 minutes. Jupiter will be walking into Aries in a little bit. Jupiter will be in Aries until May 16th of 2023. So, Jupiter is our planet of expansion, abundance, growth, opportunity. Think of Jupiter as Santa Claus, or the Kool-Aid Man is my favorite way to represent Jupiter energy. Just this big personality, very joyous, very abundant. Ho, ho, ho. And Jupiter is entering the sign of Aries, cardinal fire. Okay, so this big expansive energy is walking into the sign that is the ignition. It is that spark of energy, the catalyst, the first domino, so to say. So from now through the middle of May, how will you harness this big catalyst energy? It's go time. That's what I can say about Jupiter in Aries. It is go time. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So new beginnings are imminent right now. It is a time to take maybe unsure first steps, but do so with your childlike energy. Embrace this childlike energy. Not childish, not immature, not blah blah, I'm just not going to care about anything, but I guess that is kind of childlike because that's what makes them so special. But take this time, I invite you to take this time to explore, right? Like enter life with this wonder. Try new things, okay? Let's put the Jacqui Mancuso spin on this. Break the rules. It's okay to break the rules sometimes. Embrace your naiveness. It's okay to not always have everything planned out in your brain before you do it. This might be a time for you to fake it till you make it. You know, trust yourself that you have the skills in you that you can fake it till you make it. As I was making these notes, I was also getting this idea of hubris, right? Assuming that you're okay, assuming that nothing bad is going to happen to you. I love hubris. I don't think it's a bad thing, right? I think that hubris can take us very far if we embrace it the right way. So I was thinking about this Aries energy. Aries has lots of hubris. Aries thinks that they could do whatever, they're never going to get harmed. Cool, Jupiter's there to expand that right now. And then I was thinking, what planets would be the finger shakers about hubris? Like, no, you shouldn't do that, you're going to get hurt. So Saturn, right? Saturn would be that father-like energy, like, you shouldn't do that. But right now, Saturn has no aspects to Jupiter. Saturn and Jupiter aren't aligning really anywhere in the sky, so this Jupiter isn't even on Saturn's radar. So you're not going to have your father yelling at you about this. And then I was also thinking that, Pluto's the destroyer. Pluto's the one that, wants you to also learn some tough lessons. So how is Pluto interacting with Jupiter in Aries right now? Pluto is sextile to Jupiter. So the way that I see that, because a sextile is a harmonious aspect, and it's one that like you have to take your chance with. You have to lean into the sextile in order to benefit from it. It's not just going to happen. So I'm seeing Pluto as like the mom turning the other way, like seeing the kid about to do the bad thing, and she's like, yeah, he'll be fine. I'm just going to look over here. So taking the opportunity right now. How can you harness this Jupiter and Aries energy specifically for you? Take a look at your natal chart and just find Aries. The Aries glyph, it looks like a little ram with a little point at the bottom, and usually it has the horns on top. It will most likely be touching 2 houses, usually. Yeah, depending on the way that your chart is set up, it might just embody 1 house, but there's a chance that it's touching 2 different houses. These are the 1 or 2 houses in your life up until May that are going to be experiencing this growth and expansion. Lots of energy will be highlighted there. Wow. And then when the sun enters Aries, because the sun will enter Aries at the end of March. So the end of March, that'll be like Jupiter, sun, lots of energy highlighted right there. So, take a look at what houses are impacted by Aries and just welcome the abundance in those areas. Welcome the growth. Another archetype that came up, I guess archetype story, relatable thing to picture this that came up. So I would imagine Aries as a child, right? So like put yourself in a child's mind. I invite you right now to put yourself in a child's mind. And regardless if you had a healthy childhood or not, like let's just put ourselves in like the most abundant, creative, happy child right now, okay? You're playing with building blocks. The building blocks are building whatever themes are around the house where Aries is right now. So look at the very start of Aries. That's the house that we're building right now. So we're building, we have our blocks, we're being ultra creative because we're kids and we don't worry about bills or jobs, and we're building away. Jupiter's the cool uncle who comes over and just dumps like 45 times the amount of blocks in front of you. Like, here you go, build with this. And then, this is where that jacked energy comes in. I talked about being jacked right now. Like, yes, you have all this extra abundance and opportunity from Jupiter, right? If building isn't your thing, maybe Aries is the happy child and the house is the picture that you're drawing, you're coloring, right? And you're coloring, you're super content with your 12-pack of Crayola crayons, just the basic 12. I got it. I'm going to draw this awesome picture. I'm having fun. Cool Uncle Jupiter comes in and he throws that 64-pack of Crayola at you with the sharpener. So not only do you have more colors to choose from, you can refine your tools at the same time. So that's the energy just to represent what's coming in, what Jupiter will be doing to your house, wherever Jupiter falls right now. And throughout all of this, right, it's all your choice. Jupiter can bring all of this abundance, and you can choose to view it with wonder, like, ooh, these are really new opportunities. How do I do this? Or you can choose to go about it with this resistance, like, I don't want to grow. I don't need that abundance, and just think about what way that might take you throughout this time. So that's the energy that we have available to us up until May. This is a huge time of new beginnings right now. So Jupiter walking into Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, new beginning. What's happening tomorrow? We're walking into a new season. We're walking into winter if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. Friday, what's happening on Friday? It's a new moon, right? It's a very brand new beginning. Just this whole week is just new after new after new. This is like the universe rolling out a blank slate, right? And then Jupiter's throwing that 64-pack of Crayola at you to draw the perfect picture. Let's see what you guys have been talking about. I liked that ramble, the download, the channeling. Bonnie has a Santa hat on right now. I love it. You are Jupiter. Good morning, Anik. Hello, Rev. Jennifer, it's touching the 6th house for you. So this might bring an opportunity for you to serve others. 6th house is the house of Virgo, so that can have to do with serving others. Or it could change your daily routine, how you go about structuring your day. This could also have an impact on your health. 6th house is about health. Ooh, and you know, oh my gosh. So I was getting ready with my notes this morning and I'm like, I would love to go through every single house and just make a little note about it. If I should have time tomorrow. I'm going to try to put this, I'll put it in our spiritual community. I'll do a little 1 through 12. If Jupiter falls in these houses, this is the type of energy that you can expect. Or if you've done Astrology 101, or if you'd like to look into Astrology 101, I trust that your own intuition can bring these messages into you. Let's see, Bonnie's playing with houses 4 and 5. Jacqui, 8th house. 8th house, shared finances. Death and sex. Lots of taboo stuff. Good thing there's a retreat between now and May. That's right. Melissa, yes. Do we look at where Aries is in our natal chart? Yes. I would look at natal charts. I'm not familiar with progressed charts. If I sat here and thought about it, I could probably give you an answer, but I need to zippity zap onto the the oracle today. But yeah, I always like to look at the natal chart. Like how are the transiting planets impacting my blueprint? 1st and 3rd house, Christine. So you might have personality stuff, finance and skills stuff, and mental stuff. All right. Why? I don't remember. I looked at all my decks today, and I was trying to feel into which one Jupiter wanted us to use. So we're going to dive into the Star Codes Astro Oracle. And let's ask Jupiter today just what we need to know about his transit through Aries. Let me light my incense over here. Oh no, I might not be able to. I think my lighter's dying. Got it. Oh, it's 8:33, guys. This Jupiter, I believe, has just walked into Aries. If anyone wants to pull up a chart of the moment and verify, I knew it. I was lighting that fire. I didn't have enough, what is it? Butane. And then the fire lit and I was like, whoa, this is your, that's Jupiter for you. Jupiter's like, here's some extra butane. And then I looked and it's 8:33. This is the time that Jupiter's walking into Aries. Yes, Helen, this will be on YouTube. Absolutely. Jane highly recommends my astrology course. Thank you, Jane. Bonnie, I had an oracle reading on Insight Timer that echoed our session. I'd love to hear more about that, Bonnie. Aliens love precision. All right. So if you'd like to send your energy into this deck, we're asking Jupiter what messages will help us through his transit through Aries. If this is your first time with me, the way that I run my readings is that I do group readings. So I will allow 3 cards to fall out for us, chosen by my energy, blended with your energy, blended with all of the guides that are here to help us today, and Jupiter. Jupiter's helping today. And then I will show you the backs of all 3 cards. So they're all going to have the same picture. But I invite you to tune into your own intuitive senses to notice if you might smell something when I hold up a card, right? Maybe there's a twitch in your body. If I hold up a card, maybe you have an itch somewhere. Maybe your dog barks, maybe there's a knock, a creak in your house. All of these little things that seem like coincidences, that's literally the energy of your spirit guides, of source, of whoever. That's energy. giving you messages. There are no coincidences. And Jacqui and Helen already know what numbers they're working with. They are practicing their claircognizance. Claircognizance is when you just know something. You don't know how you know. You can't explain it to anyone. Ooh, claircognizance can be frustrating sometimes. Frustrating when others ask you to explain how you know what you know. Because you don't know what you know. You just know it, right? So let's see. Asking Jupiter what messages we need to know throughout his transit from now until May. So the back of the 3 cards are coming up. Let us know in the chat which card, or maybe more than one card, is resonating with you. And I'll say it now, if it doesn't feel like you're pulled to any specific card, that's not a bad thing. That just means that this whole message is for you. If you are pulled to 1 card or 2 cards, that's your spirit guide saying, like, listen to this one. Like, if you take one thing away from this today, it's this message. So this reading is for everyone. Here, guys, is the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. I see that Jennifer already knows she's working with number 1. I'll show them one more time in case you need a second glance, but go ahead and let us know which cards are feeling you. That's what I was gonna say. What cards are feeling you today? Here again is the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. Jamie's feeling a slight pull to 2. Bonnie 3. Elisa, it froze onto exactly, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Dr. Monica 3 for me. Jennifer 1 and 3. 2 is a no. Anique says 2. Christine heard a funny beep for 3. Yep. We're on a 3 ride. I love it. Carmina, I burped when you held up 1. Is that a sign? Does it feel like a sign to you, Carmina? I would say so. But everyone's intuition works in their own ways. You know, I would say, like, so if that happened to me, if I was trying to pick a card and then like an involuntary belch came up as card number 1 came up, I feel like card number 1 gives you a message of what you need to get out of yourself in general, if that makes sense. Don't focus so much on my words, focus on the energy of the burp and how that can relate to card 1. I hope that makes sense. Jacqui, I love that. Jennifer, 2 is a no. How definitive. Ooh, Elisa froze both times on 2. Big message there. Love it, love it. All right, let's see what Jupiter has to say today. Card number 1 is card number 16. And this is a solar activity card. This is the solar calm. And the message of this card is clarify. When the sun is calm with few sunspots or solar flares, its steady energy is quiet and soothes any turbulence in our solar system. The volume is turned down on all other aspects of your astrological chart. Telescopes see farther into space. People tend to search for the metaphysical. Plant growth slows down on Earth, but the arts and creative processes often blossom. Politics tend to be opinionated but quiet, attitudes more entrenched. It's a hard time to start a revolution. Just appreciate the deep, energizing quiet of this time. Work for steady progress and play the long game. Listen to your muse and support the arts. Take a creative approach and work toward positive change within the systems that are now in place with gentle, steady pressure. Find like minds and grow those deep connections. Listen to the quieter voices that are not usually heard, whether this is the whispering voice of your intuition or the subtle voice of the introverts and underrepresented. In romantic relationships, hold hands and look for places of quiet refuge together. Build relationships now that will help you to manifest needed changes when the tide turns and the sun activates. If card number 1 was calling to you in any way, specifically, I believe that right now Jupiter is letting you know, like, hey, I'm just entering Aries. Take this time to maybe take stock of what's going on, slow down, observe. We are literally about to enter winter, the dark season. Just pause right now. Maybe feel into all of the abundance and offerings that are coming. But right now, this is not a time to act. This is just a time to, take a breath. And then what was that last line? Build relationships now that will help you to manifest needed changes when the tide turns and the sun activates. We were literally just talking about in March, when the sun enters Aries, it will be right there with Jupiter. Yeah, so it's not going to be conjunct on the spring equinox, but sometime throughout March or maybe even early April, I'd have to look, but the sun will come to conjunct Jupiter. I feel like if card number 1 was calling to you, that's a message of chill out for now. When the sun does come, that's when it's time to act. Let's see what else comes through. How do you guys feel about that card? If card number 2 resonated with you, this message is number 4, the energy of Cancer. Immerse. This might be a completely opposite message, but let's see how it flows. Cancer is symbolized by a crab who asks us to dive deep into the sea of emotion and come back home again. The crab always carries its protective shell, however. This moon-ruled cardinal water sign signifies nutrition in and out of the body and is connected to the breasts and stomach. Be the emotional leader and connect with the parent archetype. If you are in need of parenting yourself, reach out to the divine mother and father, to the earth beneath the sky, above, and feel held. Once you feel fed by spirit, it becomes easier to accept the ordinary human limitations of the people around you. I want to read that sentence again. I like that. Once you feel fed by spirit, it becomes easier to accept the ordinary human limitations of the people around you. If you're called to parent others in this situation, whether in love or work, do so with a balanced approach of honest feedback and support and self-care, nurturing without enabling. Model what you want others to do. Nourish the connections with your chosen family and tribe. Nourish bodies, gardens, communities, and your temple's hearth. Cancer calls us to deepen our relationship to home, but not to get stuck in this protective shell. If you need more out of life, you'll have to leave this safety to find what you need. Find a home base or a safe place within your soul. And from that safety, be ready to brave exploration and risk caring with all your heart. I'm feeling the exact same energy with card number 2. This is a call from Jupiter to feed your soul first, right? Embrace all of this abundance, all these opportunities, all of these blessings that Jupiter is about to bestow on all of us in whatever area Aries falls in your chart. Just pause for a moment and make sure that you are acknowledging and recognizing and receiving what is being brought onto you. I love that line. I love that line. Once you feel fed by spirit, it becomes easier to accept the ordinary human limitations of the people around you. And that makes so much sense. Once you trust, because we're all getting what we need from source, from the universe all the time. It's happening, okay? It's just, are you recognizing it or not? Once you recognize that you have everything that you need, that you don't want anything else because you're fully fed by source, what other people are doing stops mattering. It doesn't, there's boundaries. There's a certain extent to like respect and mistreatment and all that stuff, but like other people's limitations, like maybe it takes someone longer to fold their laundry than you would like, like little things like that stops mattering once you know that you get everything that you need from the universe. How other people are limited in their life doesn't matter. It doesn't get you so upset, right? So take this time, because Jupiter is here. Jupiter's always pouring blessings onto you. That's just what he does. That he's Santa Claus. He just, here's more presents, here's more gifts. Are you recognizing them? Are you noticing what I'm doing? It's not like he's gonna stop if you don't notice. But if you just choose not to look at what he's giving you, then you're missing out, Helen says too, is speaking to me. I'm jumping around. Melissa, that's my card and that's my sun sign. I love it. Love it. Bonnie, one is really not mine. Wish I saw this card when my kids were younger. Oh, I love it. Ani, this one's definitely for you. I love it. Helen, I have to do the love stuff. I'm running the other way. Yes. Cancer is also, what does the crab do? How does the crab walk? It sidesteps. So if you're noticing something that you don't want to deal with, whoop, you just scoot on over, Maybe this is your time to, it's talking about, Cancer calls us to deepen our relationship to home, but not get stuck. Don't get stuck in your protective shell, If you need more out of life, you have to leave the safety of your shell in order to find what you need. You can't expand if you're staying in your shell, Jamie, this card resonates deeply. Jane, wow, yes, this card definitely resonates. I love it. Elisa, that's right, because you froze twice on this card. The pause makes me think that this is telling me to stop being led by self and start being led by spirit. Oh my gosh. Yes, that is surrender. It's a scary thing to do. But that's it. That's it. You got it. You win life today. That's absolutely, yep. It comes with trust. Let's see how this portion of the reading wants to wrap itself up. So I'll read this last card from this deck, and then we'll pull a culminating card from a separate deck. I did the safety of my shell and got blindsided. I'm assuming you're saying blindsided. Yeah. It happens. I left the safety of my shell and got blindsided. I mean, yeah. All that stuff is happening when you're in your shell. Your perspective changed, and now it's just a different way of handling the situations. Let me know if that makes sense, Helen. Card number 3 brings us number 28, the energy of Chiron, the wounded healer, the asteroid Chiron. The message today is heal. Chiron is often referred to as the wounded healer archetype, named after a mythological wise centaur who trained heroes and was accidentally wounded by Hercules with a poisoned arrow. Though he could not completely heal his own pain, He learned so much about medicine that he started a healing temple. This asteroid points to where your own painful experiences give you training and how you can use that understanding to help others. The asteroid Chiron has a 50-year orbit between the traditional visible planets and the more metaphysical transformative realm symbolized by the outer planets. Find purpose in your problems. Hard-earned wisdom is now relevant and needed. You don't have to assign casualty. You may never know why you went through a difficult time, but you can put what you learned from it to good use. Even if you never quite heal in this place of karmic tenderness, you have the wisdom to pass on once you metabolize this information. This situation may feel familiar, but if you can't remember a story to go with it, it may be left over from a past life, a chapter review of what your soul already knows. If an old pain is triggered, have compassion for yourself. Know you are more than your troubles. You know the route through, and now it's time to practice what you know. Once you have a solution, add it to your toolkit. If the situation stretches and tests you, take it as training for the hero within. What you are learning now can be your secret sauce in the future. Another way of Jupiter playing with Aries, because Jupiter expands, right? And I love to look at life with these rose-colored glasses, but I have to admit sometimes that things aren't perfect. So, if the house where Jupiter is about to walk through is a place of hardship in your life, right? If it's a place that, if it's a financial house and you've been struggling with finances, or if it's a relationship house and you've been struggling with relationships, Jupiter is also here to expand, right? Expand sometimes things that don't feel good. It can expand feelings that have come from hardships in this area of your life. But Chiron is here to remind us that we are not victims of our circumstances. We are, before we walk into this incarnation, guys, we plan it all out. Our souls know exactly what we're getting ourselves into. We signed up to do this. We signed up to grow. We signed up to expand our own consciousness. So all of these things that happened that have sucked, because all of us have been through bad stuff, no one is perfect in this life. Everyone goes through troubles. Everything is subjective. Everything is subjective. Chiron invites us to take what we've learned and be thankful for the growth, right? Like let's just say relationships. I've been, not me personally, but hypothetically, let's say I've had every single relationship I've ever been in has failed, and I just desperately want to be a partner with someone. You have two choices. You can put yourself in victim mode saying, my relationships never work out, and I must be broken, and there must be something wrong with me, and I'm never going to be with anyone. Or you can be the wounded healer and say, you know what? I've been through some nasty relationships. That first person, they treated me this way and this way, so I know I don't want that kind of person. And then the second person kind of neglected me, and I know that I'm worth more than that. So you could take all of these lessons that you've learned from the bad times and use that stuff to grow and move forward, and even, maybe be an example for others. Yeah. So how does this relate to Jupiter? Yeah, so I feel like this is Jupiter saying, like, I'm gonna maybe expand some things that you don't necessarily want to look at all of the time, but this is me talking now, Jacqui Mancuso. Choose choose how you want to look at this expanded energy. You know, it might seem like your problems are expanding, but maybe that's just because this is the time for you to look at it with Aries, a fresh perspective, a new way of approaching those issues. Jamie, this is the Star Codes Astro Oracle deck. Let's see. Monica says, similar situation, Helen, stepping into more trust in myself, was betrayed by a business partner, but not letting that hold me back to new relationships and opportunities. Yep, definitely embodying the energy of this Chiron card. Stuff happened. I'm choosing to take the growth and move on. Helen, I see I'll be journaling about this. I think this is a beautiful reading to journey about. Training for the hero within, Jamie. Love it. Yes. Yes. We are our own heroes. No one's coming to save us. That can sound like a morbid thing, but it's not. It's the most empowering sentence ever. No one is coming to save you. You're here to save yourself. You're here. You have the tools inside of you. You just gotta find them. They're all in there. Anique says, Dr. Monica, if you weren't betrayed, you would have stayed in the partnership. Wishing you an open door to abundance now. Yeah. I wonder, Dr. Monica, I feel like there's a Saturn or Pluto thing going on in your chart right now. Somehow it's affecting this whole, because yeah, that was not a good situation, everything that you just went through. But I appreciate that you're taking the high road and you're learning from it. Jody says, number 3, amazing on the heels of my Akashic healing with Jacqui yesterday. I love it. Thanks, Jody. Helen, I'm rescinding my contract. We can do that. Okay, so yes, you have signed a contract as you walked into this incarnation. Your soul, with whatever happens before we become humans, right? Like, I don't know, and I don't think I'm supposed to know right now, so that's fine. But we literally we agreed to all of this. Like, you have yourself to thank for your entire situation. There's a reason why you're here learning certain things. However, there are some contracts that throughout this incarnation, you may have learned the karma that you're here to learn. You may have, learned the lesson. You've made the growth, and these contracts are still kind of lingering because you aren't aware that they're there. So, I also read Akashic Records. We can go into your Akashic Records, the book of your soul, the records of everything that ever has and ever will happen to your spirit. We can go into the records and ask your Akashic guides, what is lingering that I can get rid of? What is unnecessarily holding me back right now? What is no longer serving me? And it might take looking back to the lessons that were learned from this hardship, and appreciating why you had this hardship. And oftentimes, yeah, we can let some of this stuff go. So check out my website if you want to work with me. You can find my website on my personal, or on my Insight Timer profile. And what a coincidence, for the next week and a half, until December 30th, all of my sessions are 50% off. 50, half price. So let me know if you want to work with me. Treat yourself this holiday season, because it's easy to just work with everyone else, treat everyone else. All right, let's wrap up with a culminating card. I'm just feeling if it's time to review the reading now. No, I'm going to pull one more card and then we'll review from start to finish. But we're going to pull a culminating card from Ask Your Guides. So this first deck was asking Jupiter, how can I use your transit through Aries to my highest good? Now let's ask our guides how they would like us to use this transit of Jupiter in Aries from now until May 2023. So if you'd like to If you've been enjoying today's session, if you'd like to offer an energy exchange in the form of a donation, they're always appreciated, never expected. I just talked about working one-on-one with me. You can find my website on my Insight Timer bio. Just check out what I have to offer. I do free consultations also, so if you want to chat with me for 10-15 minutes just to figure out what you need. I know it's a lot to look into, and sometimes I forget that people don't have my knowledge. Sorry. But yeah, I'd love to chat with you and see how we can work together. I love it. I love it. I love it. Bonnie says, take advantage of Jacqui's offer. The chat is jumping. I'm trying to read. Anik says, definitely booking. Wonderful. I'd love to work with you again. Jane, such a great deal. I treated myself to sessions with Jacqui. So helpful. Awesome, Jane. I'm glad. I'm excited for our next one. I'm glad that yesterday went well. Aw, Helen, do treat yourself. Jacqui is a great person. We all are. That's why we congregate, right? We vibe with each other. We share energy. We share a similar frequency. That's why we're all here together. Anik, very gracious. Thank you so much, Anik. Let's tie this together. We have a message from our master teacher. Oof. We have 2 messages from our master teacher, and I love it. All right. I'm going to try to blast through these because I have to get out of here in 14 minutes. However, our master teacher is bringing us card number 38. The message is purpose. Keywords for this card are consistency, dedication, reliability, faithfulness. You're beginning to stride into your purpose. Work is no longer a struggle, and your master teacher is guiding you along the way. The more aligned you become with your life's proper path, the more your days will flow with ease. You'll lose track of all barriers as you go with the flow and throw your heart and soul into your efforts. Your dedication will pay off in the long run, but even this isn't important. Your efforts are their own reward. Doing what you love so well and so faithfully fulfills you. Your challenge is to resist the temptation to push yourself to exhaustion. Remain measured and steady, and don't overlook the importance of taking a day of rest at least once a week. Your master teacher is pleased with your progress, but reminds you that even though you may love your work and feel that you could work forever, your body and mind do get fatigued. Develop the wisdom to know when to step away and refresh your soul. Your master teacher's message is pace yourself. Another invitation to slow down. That's another invitation to slow down. 2 cards came out with that as I was shuffling, so I'm just going to hop and skip right into this next one. Not coincidentally, of course, this is another message from our master teacher. Jody says there's a beautiful rainbow in the sunrise clouds right now. I love it. Dr. Monica, hopefully I will get partial payment today from work over the past month and a half. That'd be good. I reached out to one of the contracts to explain what occurred and posed a different way to show up without going through the support of the company. I love it. I love it. Yes. We don't need to do things by the status quo. We don't need to exchange in a black and white way. Your efforts are your own reward. I love that, Christine. Bonnie, oh, this card, it's violet light meditation time. I love it. Jennifer, thank you so much for your donation. Very much appreciated. Goodbye, Anik. I hopefully will hear from you soon, my dear. All right, the second culminating message that had to come out is from our master teacher, number 12. The card is priorities. Every single one of these cards is an even number today, by the way. I take that as flowing energy. Even numbers feel good to me. So The messages, or the keywords for this card are choice, reflections, decisions, commitment. For every new ambition, relationship, and experience you seek at this time, there's a commitment in place that must be eliminated to make way for the new. I got chills. Current routines, habits, and even types of free time must be sacrificed so that you can open up to new energies. Your master teacher is present, urging you to identify what must go. Be honest in your assessment, and also be realistic and thoughtful in setting your goals so that you don't overreach and fail. Your master teacher reminds you that even though the universe does support your heart, it doesn't allow you to bypass the necessary work to manifest your desires. In other words, you reap what you sow. And the best way to systematically move toward your priorities while simultaneously discarding what no longer serves you. The best way is to systematically move toward your priorities while simultaneously discarding what no longer serves you. If you want to lose 10 pounds, you must release jelly donuts. If you want to work for yourself, you must let go of the need for others to take care of you. If you want to create a new love relationship, you mustn't brood over past heartbreaks any longer. The message from your master teacher: to reach for something greater, you first must let go of what's in your hand. The accuracy of these cards is spot on. Thank you very much, Jacqui. Yeah, chills from this card. This was the card that was meant to close this reading. Absolutely. Why is that? What a good time to recap everything. In general, our guides, the universe, Jupiter, everyone wants us right now to hold on, pause, right? I've been saying this for some time. We came out of this really long retrograde season. We had like 6 planets in retrograde, maybe even 7. Right now, I believe there are 3. So right now, Mars is retrograde, Uranus is retrograde, and Chiron, right? Chiron, who even showed up in our reading today, he's retrograde until Friday, but whatever. So lots of energy of like just slow down and observe right now. It's so foreign to us because we've been in this go, 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 go society for our whole lives, right? Like, unless you were born in the 1800s when we had our farms and our communities and you just did life. Like, once, not going there today, but we've been in this, we've been pushed to work so hard. We've embraced this hustle culture. F the hustle culture. There's more to life than working yourself to the bone. There's more to experience in this magical universe than pushing pencils and pushing papers. I don't even know the word. Inputting data. Like, there's more to life than inputting data. This is our time. And so, okay, so whatever. We've been in this like hustle, go, go, go culture our entire lives. So even myself, who has been practicing this slow down, like, I'm a Taurus, I need some time to rest. It's difficult for me sometimes to turn my mind off as I'm settling down. And I'm a meditation teacher, you know, like, it's difficult. We're so conditioned that if you're not doing, you're not achieving. Falseness. Sometimes you need to just be, to embrace and digest and metabolize and process everything that's happening. If you don't, F the hustle culture, yeah, Jamie, stick it to the man. If you don't like breathe in what is actually happening every once in a while and you just keep going on autopilot, where are you gonna go? You're gonna go where you are. Autopilot keeps you where you are. Stopping, observing, noticing allows you to like, oh shit, I didn't realize that, you know, like, oh man, that makes sense. Like, that's where your intuition comes into play, is when you take that minute to just Also, oh wow. Okay, so I talked about let me know if any of these things mean anything to you. But we have all even numbers: 16, 4, 28, 38, 12. We also had, this is just interesting that I noticed, solar calm with a C, Cancer, Chiron, CCC. I don't know if that means anything. And then purpose and priorities. We had PP. We ended our reading with some PP. Yeah, solar calm. Right now, just chill, notice. The time to act will come. Bonnie said something. Yes, a time to every season. Yes, seasons. We're going into the darkness right now. It's okay. Give yourself permission to go into the darkness. Cancer? What was our message for Cancer? Again, it was slowing down. Oh, allowing the gifts of the universe to be recognized. You know? It's easy to overlook your blessings when you're thinking about taking care of everything all the time. When do you take care of yourself? Chiron reminded us that even though, stuff happens in all of our lives that seemed bad, I'm also in this process of removing the words good and bad from my vocabulary. Everything just is, right? What can you learn from your past? You can digest your past a whole lot easier when you sit with it and not just acting on autopilot, letting your shadow run your life. Sit with it. Purpose? What did purpose tell us? What did purpose tell us? I have so many thoughts going through my head. Pace yourself. That's right. Yeah, slow down. You don't need to do everything today. It's okay. Take some pressure off yourself. The more you accept the blessings of life, the more you trust that the universe is giving you everything you need, the less you feel like you have to do it all right now. Flow with life. I flow with life and life flows with me. The more that you embrace that you are guided and held and, things are going to work out exactly how they're quote unquote supposed to work out, the less you feel like you need to control it. It's okay if something doesn't get done today because there's a reason why you didn't have the energy to get it done today. There was something else that you were meant to do. There's something, that project was meant to go in a different way. And wrapping it up with priorities. Yeah. So as you're sitting here, bringing it right back to this solar calm card. So as you are resting in your time of calm, perhaps in the house that wherever Aries is in your chart, right? We're talking about Jupiter in Aries. So wherever Aries is in your chart, Jupiter is there to expand what has happened in the past, right? What has happened in the past, so that you can let go of the stories that you're holding on to. You can let go of what you think about yourself negatively, right? So maybe this is our time to just sit and connect with what it is that we want in order to notice what we're holding on to that's not allowing us to hold on to what we want. Does that make sense? Trying to get a real life example for you. Something very simple. Throw pillows came to mind. So if you're a person who decorates your bed with a million pillows, not my style, but this is what I'm going with. You already have your display of 13 pillows, right? But I want red pillows. Your bed right now is full of green and blue pillows, but you really want those red pillows. So you can hold on to that want, man, I want those red pillows, but there's no space for the red pillows, but I want the red pillows. Just take some of the green ones away. Red goes with blue, You have to remove things. We can't, we can't jam pack our energy with stuff all the time. That was wonderful. I'm so glad that we had that talk today. I will be putting this on YouTube, so feel free to search for Jacqui Mancuso on YouTube. I will be back tomorrow talking about the winter solstice, the time of darkness, the season of rest, releasing. Tomorrow we are going to talk about astrology. I'm just going to pull one card tomorrow, and then we'll do an energy healing session to bring us into this new season. So feel free to come back at the same time, 8:15 Central tomorrow. Yeah, this was a great reading. I could stay here all day, but I will see you guys tomorrow. I love it, Elisa. Namaste. Love to all.